What parameters does the source text provide to evaluate the actual physical consequences of operating a society outside the boundaries of natural law?
The text utilizes a brilliant structural engineering metaphor. It compares human society to an advanced aircraft.
An aircraft.
Yes, when engineers design an airplane, they do not hold a democratic vote to determine the principles of aerodynamics.
The pilot doesn't ask the passengers to vote on how lift and drag should operate today.
Exactly. Engineers strictly discover and obey the unyielding laws of physics. If engineers defy these structural laws to accommodate popular opinion or political ideology, the physical structure of the aircraft collapses. The plane crashes.
Let's examine the societal equivalent of this aerodynamic collapse. What is the diagnostic feedback we observe when a social system attempts to operate outside the mathematical parameters of natural law?
The text defines this societal collapse with the term facade, which roughly translates to acute systemic chaos and corruption.
Systemic chaos.
When a society bypasses Dini-Fixrat and tries to run its engine on the mathematically deficient addition error, the results are highly visible. We see runaway economic inflation, massive environmental decay, exploding wealth inequality, and widespread societal breakdown.
And the audit stresses a crucial point here regarding these phenomena.
Yes, these phenomena are not arbitrary moralistic punishments from the sky. They are the direct, physical, diagnostic feedback of a poorly designed, mathematically deficient systemic framework.
It's the engine sputtering because you put the wrong fuel in it.
Precisely.
An engineering metaphor is useful, but it is insufficient for a rigorous technical audit. As the scrutineer, I demand a concrete operational test.
Okay, let's look at the implementation.
I need proof of the structural necessity of the state idol. Provide a specific policy implementation that demonstrates this bypass mechanism happening in real time.
The text anticipates this and provides what it calls the RIBA challenge.
The RIBA challenge.
RIBA refers to interest-based banking, usury, and exploitative financial systems. The challenge issued by the text is this. I want you to try and implement interest-based banking as the operational law of the land without invoking or relying on the authority of a country, state, or flag god idol.
Try to enforce a system of compounding debt using only natural law.
Exactly.
Let's evaluate the viability of this challenge. Can RIBA be legally authorized or enforced without the secular state apparatus?
The text concludes it is a total structural impossibility. Because the divine text, the Quran, strictly prohibits RIBA, it acts as an unchangeable cosmic constant regarding human commerce.
He cannot be amended by human hands.
Therefore, in order for bankers to charge interest and enforce debt collection, the modern nation-state framework, the Constitution, and the flag must be constructed as a mandatory mechanical mask.
This artificial apparatus is designed exclusively to validate, normalize, and legalize violations of natural law.
You cannot execute RIBA independently. The state idol is the requisite structural anchor you need to enforce the counterfeit law. Without the state's police power and courts backing the fiat currency, the debt means nothing.
Does the text provide a corollary regarding the operational validity of the actual currency utilized within this interest-based system?
Yes, there is a strict currency correlation. The text notes that man-made fiat money, the paper dollars or digital numbers we use every day, is fundamentally invalid and structurally unstable.
Because it lacks intrinsic value.
It only works if it is forced upon the population by the state idol. The text argues that valid currency must be pegged to intrinsic, creator-endowed assets, referred to as Sunna money, such as gold and silver.
Why is that a structural requirement?
Because humans cannot engineer structural value out of nothing by decree, just as they cannot engineer structural authority out of zeros. Fiat currency is just the addition error applied to economics.
If the artificial secular system inevitably collapses under the stress of empirical operation, if the plane is destined to crash, what remains intact?
We have to evaluate what survives.